Welcome to On The Go Solutions TV. Today we're going to take a closer look at the new Galaxy Nexus phone from Samsung. This new device is the only official device currently running the new Android 4.0, which is called Ice Cream Sandwich, and it has a bunch of upgrades that really make this unit a fantastic and interesting device. First of all, let's take a closer look at just the hardware here. We have a 1.2 gigahertz processor, dual core. The unit sports 16 gigabytes internal memory. There is no micro SD card slot. The screen size is a very large 4.65 in the diagonal, and it has a beautiful Super AMOLED HD display with the resolution of 720 by 1280. Currently, this is one of the largest resolutions available on an Android device, bested by the Galaxy Note, which has a little bit higher resolution on it. The unit has quad-band unlocked GSM service for voice, as well as pentaband HSDPA+, that's H Plus service. So that's going to work here in the States on AT&T, T-Mobile, anywhere else in the world. It's going to work just fine on the GSM network, South America, Canada, Europe, Asia, Middle East, etc. Because it has 5 bands for the data service, all running the HSDPA+ service. And we have a screenshot of some of our mobile speed test results coming up a little bit later. On the front, we have a 1.3 megapixel camera for video conferencing, as well as on the back, we have an LED light with a 5.0 megapixel camera on the back. Not as good as it could be. Nowadays, some of the units are coming with 8 megapixel cameras, but this certainly does a good job. The hardware, as you can see on the front in typical Samsung design, is all display. It appears to have a concave glass, making it easier to scroll and feeling a little smoother in your hands. We have a mini micro USB port on the bottom with your 3.5mm jack for your headset, volume rocker up and down, and right here we have the power button. I'm assuming these 3 dots here are for some sort of docking station or for perhaps something having to do with NFC, but that remains to be seen. Okay. The operating system on this, like I said, is Android Ice Cream Sandwich, and certainly if you purchase the unit from On The Go Solutions, we have rooted it with Clockwork Mod Recovery image previously installed. One of the nice things about this particular ROM from On The Go Solutions is that we have taken the liberty to download the latest files from Google for the upgrade on this, and that gets rid of some of the problems that people were having with the wallet not installing and some other carrier issues, specifically in the South American versions. All of that is erased by us because we are downloading the latest version of the Google software for this directly and installing it directly on your device. So it is definitely upgraded to the latest version with none of the issues that can be seen on the forums, etc. So from here, we're going to take a look at the rooting features, and we'll take a look at some of the internet speeds and some of the customizations, some of the new features from Google and Android that you can apply to this phone. Okay, let's take a look at some nice new user interface advantages and upgrades in the new Ice Cream Sandwich OS. The first thing and the most obvious is the new app drawer. When you click on the app drawer button, so you see that you have it divided by apps, widgets, and of course a market icon. Scrolling through your apps is standard, but then as you keep scrolling, you automatically get to your widgets, which is kind of cool because it just leaves everything that you're looking for easily available to you at all times. And you can just click on the actual labels right there, and you can navigate to whichever drawer you are looking to arrive at. Another feature which is pretty interesting is this new menuing. You'll notice that on the bottom here we do not have any menu button, which is standard on Android systems to date. In Ice Cream Sandwich, they no longer have a menu button on the bottom, and instead it's an application-based menu button, which usually is looks like these 3 dots going down, and if you click on it, your menu comes up. So from here, as an example, we're just using the Market app. If you click on the menu button and then settings, you get to all your menu settings, application settings right from there. So this is a new feature. It kind of frees up the bottom bar, makes it a little simpler, and puts the menuing back in control of the app instead of into the OS. Another cool feature is the new drawer feature. And basically, I should say, the new folder feature. As an example, let's just say you've put on your desktop some icons for common applications that you use. But many of them can be grouped together, such as here I have Redbox, Netflix, and Hulu. So if I want, what I can do is I can just kind of hold down the icon and drag it on top of the Netflix icon and see how it's incorporated there. Additionally, I can take Redbox and put it in there. Now that frees up some space on my desktop, as well as when I click on that, I get all my options right there. Here I have two banking icons, so I can just go ahead and drag the Chase over Bank of America. I could easily put in there a PayPal, eBay, any type of other e-commerce or financial related icons that I'm interested in, and immediately I have this really cool drawer. To remove the icon from the drawer, you just kind of hold it and you can just put it down right there on your desktop, so you're back to normal. But I think that's really cool. It gives you some additional functionality and additional flexibility in how you want to organize your phone. Another thing which is really neat is kind of like a running apps list right here, and what this does is it shows you all the applications which you have open, and instead of having closed them, you just kind of navigated back from them. And let's just say I no longer want, I can select any of these apps right from here and go right to them, or instead I can just kind of flick them to the right and now all of a sudden they're closed, and like they're really closed. So this is kind of some really cool functionality from the ice cream sandwich user interface, which is brand new and really kind of gives you some nice features. Next, we're going to take a look at the rooted features of this device, and we'll show you some cool customizations coming up shortly. Okay, now let's take a look at some of the rooted features of this phone when you purchase it from On-The-Go Solutions. As you can see, the phones that we supply do come with super user access already built in. Additionally, some cool applications that you can run because the unit is rooted would include titanium backup. This is an example of an error you would get if you tried running titanium backup without root access. However, because this unit is rooted, we're going to go ahead and we'll just reload it real quickly just to show you what that looks like. And here it is asking you for super users asking you for permissions, and we're going to say okay. And now you can go ahead and run the full titanium backup. And many of you already know what this is, but in case you don't, it's basically a fantastic piece of software that allows you to back up, freeze, uninstall, do a whole bunch of cool stuff. Send your applications over the internet that you can do with your device on a system level that's only available to root users. Some other really cool rooted applications that we've found include this ROM toolbox. It's just fantastic. You have a ROM manager here, application manager, root browser, scripters, a terminal emulator, ad blocker, which is really great. That'll block some of the pop-ups that come. So if you click on that, you can see you can block ads, block porn, block casinos, risky, etc. There's just a lot of flexibility in this. One thing that we can do here is we're going to go ahead and reboot this device into recovery mode, and we're going to show you how these devices actually have Clockwork Mod Recovery already installed. So we're going to click on to reboot into recovery. It's asking for super user permissions, which we're going to give it, and we're going to wait just a few seconds, and the device is then going to go ahead and reboot itself into the recovery mode. Okay, we're back in Clockwork Mod Recovery mode. We do have running version 5.5.02, and this recovery mode is specific to the Galaxy Nexus. And as you can see, you have your typical options here: rebooting the system, install a zip from an SD card. That would be for either themes or for new OSs or for software, system software, for instance. You can obviously wipe your device here cleanly and easily. You can wipe a cache partition. You can back up and restore, as well as mount your SD card from here. There are some advanced options as well. And of course, you can go back to this initial menu. So this custom recovery image here is very useful for when you want to install certain types of software. For instance, On many of these units, Google Wallet won't install directly from the market. So instead, you just have a zip file and we can go ahead and install it directly from this menu. Oftentimes, the factory data reset from within the menuing system in the OS doesn't really clear out the data as much as you'd like, so you can use some of the features here to get a very, very nice clean wipe on your device. Additionally, certain types of system upgrades are really only possible through this menuing system. So this is a very handy feature to have this capability. It also allows you some flexibility when you're upgrading your unit or any other type of administrative functionality that you need. So like I said, these devices are rooted and they do come with the super user access as well as the clockwork model recovery already built in. We do have some favorite rooted applications that we like that you can download from the market, as you've seen, and you can always give us a call to discuss any other rooted features that you would like on your device. Okay, finally let's talk about the 3G connectivity on this device. The device does support H+ speeds on a 5-band frequency, so it supports 850, 900, 1700 for T-Mobile, 1900, and 2100 for international use. So that should cover definitely AT&T here in the States, as well as T-Mobile here in the States, and any type of GSM network anywhere in the world, actually. So as you can see, if we drop down our status bar, you can see that we are running on the AT&T network, and if you take a look up here, if you can zoom in on that, you see we are getting 3G connectivity, which is very odd for this particular office, as we have almost no reception inside this building whatsoever. So we did take a quick mobile speed test outside, and let me go ahead and bring that up for you. We took a screenshot of what our results look like, and I'll go ahead and sideways here. Okay. As you can see, 1500 kilobits per second is basic DSL, 2500 according to mobile speed test is 4G and HSDPA, and we were at about 3600 kilobits per second, which is okay. On this device, we've actually clocked it over 5000 kilobits per second, but just for this video, for the sake of time, we went outside and just took a screenshot of what we had available at the moment. So in conclusion, we're really impressed with this unit. We feel that this is a really, really nice device for many reasons. The new user interface is very, very nice, very smooth, quick, fast. The upgrade capability and the customization capability is just amazing. And we think that if you're looking for something a little different, something that you can't find in the T-Mobile store and the AT&T store, this is a great, great purchase, and it should serve you in good stead for years to come.